What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to talk about volume of rectangular prisms. This video coincides with lesson 12.2 in your textbooks. All right. So when we talk about volume, we're talking about the amount of space a solid figure occupies. Okay. And again, today we're going to talk about rectangular prisms. So, basically any box is an example of a rectangular prism. Okay. So your rectangular prism has three dimensions. You've got the length, the width, and the height. Okay. So your formula for volume of a rectangular prism is simply length times width times height. Occasionally you might see the formula written this way, where it's big B times H, where big B is the area of the prism's base. Okay. And that's going to come just by multiplying length times width is going to give you the area of the prism's base. Okay, so hopefully you understand the relationship between area of a rectangle and then volume of a rectangular prism. So let's take a look at this first one here. Okay, so as always, we're going to start by writing our formula out. Right. Okay, so here's our length is 5 centimeters, our width is 3, and our height is 2. And we're just going to replace each of those letters with, with each of the numbers. And, don't make yourself crazy if you're not sure, which is the length and which is the width and which is the height. Quite honestly, it's really not going to make that much of a difference because of that commutative property of multiplication. So, don't make yourself crazy with that. All right, so let's plug in. All right, so we said the length was 5, the width is 3, and the height is 2. All right? So, 5 times 3 is 15, and then 15 times 2 is 30. So the volume of this rectangular prism is going to be 30 cubic centimeters. Okay? So volume is in cubic units. Okay? And you're going to denote that with that cute little 3 there. Okay, obviously you guys recall that area is in square units. Well, again, volume is in cubic units. Okay, if you check out the illustration on page 498, that'll hopefully give you a better visual understanding of exactly what volume is. All right, let's take a look at this one here. So again, I'm going to write down our formula. Okay. So our length is 4, our width is 3, and our height is 6 this time. Okay? Okay. So 4 times 3 is 12, and then 12 times 6 is 72. And the unit here is inches, so it's 72 inches cubed. Okay? So, just like area, volume, most of the time they're going to give you length, width, and height and ask you for the volume. Not always, though. Sometimes they might give you, the volume, the length, and the width, and then ask for the height. Or they might give you the volume, the length, and the height, and ask for the width. Okay? So, again, that's why it's so very important to just, plug in your numbers, write down your formula, plug in your numbers, and do the math. Let's take a look at this last one here, right? So for this one, they want you to find the height of a rectangular prism whose volume is 120 cubic centimeters, whose length is 8 centimeters, and whose width is 5 centimeters, okay? So we're looking for the height here, okay? So again, we'll start by writing out our formula, okay? We're looking for H, right? So that means they had to give you V, L, and W, all right? So let's plug in. So we can see the volume is 120 cubic centimeters. The length is 8 centimeters, and the width is 5 centimeters, right? And again, we're looking for that height. So we'll do 8 times 5 is 40, and then 40 times H is going to give us 120. And we'll just solve like we would any other algebraic equation, right? So we divide both sides by 40, and then 120 divided by 40 is 3. Okay, so our height here would be 3 centimeters, okay? It's not 3 centimeters cubed, it's just 3 centimeters. Only the volume is in cubic units, all right? So I hope that helps, and you know, this lesson should be a piece of cake for kids that are as gifted and talented as you guys are, all right? So be well, and I'll talk to you soon.